Hi there, today we're unboxing a SONOFF TH16. So this is actually a temperature and humidity monitoring Wi-Fi switch. Quite an interesting bit of tech here. So obviously it links in with your phone and you can set rules if you want to for devices to turn on. So quite excited to try this out really. So let's have a quick look around the packaging. Quite nicely packaged and quite compact actually. So eWi Link is the application you'd have to install on your phone. So a few details of what it's capable of doing. So remote control, timing schedules, temperature measuring, humidity measuring, and smart scene. So with a smart scene, you can have things happening. For instance, if a temperature raises to a certain level, then certain actions can take place. Okay. See the rest of the packaging. A few interesting details there. So power supply, so 90 to 250 volts AC, max current 16 amps, max power 3,500 watts, and the color of the item is white. Okay, let's open it up, see what we get in the packaging. So initially the actual Wi-Fi switch itself, get a quality control pass, and looks like some instructions. Let's have a look at this. So one side completely in English and the other side in Chinese, and gives you a good idea how it sort of works. So obviously one end, so that would be the device, that's a plug to power it, and that's a heater for example. So you could have a timer working off this, saying if it reaches a certain temperature then turn on. So quite straightforward. Obviously power in, switch controls it, whether the other device turns on or not, and then it turns on. Of course you've got to be careful and connect things that are relative to the load that it can handle. Another thing to mention, the Wi-Fi compatibility is 2.4. Okay, let's open up the other item you get with this. So this is the actual sensor itself, and the way it works, just sort of plug this directly into the device and position it where you want. Now the build quality of this seems okay. Tough, rigid plastic. Squeeze it as well. Seems okay. We'll open it up and we'll have a look as well. In terms of this, thin wire, not gold plated or anything. I don't know if that'll really make any difference. A hole at the top so you can attach it where you want the sensing to be. Some details at the back. First time I've really tried this type of switch, so it would be interesting to see how it performs. Okay, let me give you the dimensions of each of the items. So initially the switch, so from here to here, so that comes in at approximately 11.5 centimeters. Width wise about 5 centimeters, and height wise just a little bit over 3 centimeters. Okay, the actual sensor itself, so I'll measure it from there, just at the top. So that's 6 centimeters. And then we've got nearly 1.5 centimeters by just over 2.5 centimeters. So not too bad, quite compact. Okay, so the actual switch itself, we've got a button there, obviously to help pair it with your phone. So let's have a go at opening this up initially. So let's just take this screw off and see what we have underneath there. Okay, that pops off. Okay, and that's the connection side of things. So output live to earth input live, and neutral. So, interesting how this works. No screws or anything. You actually just push them down and then feed your wire in and then let go to do the actual connection. So let's try this out. I've got some cable here and the wires are here. So obviously, input wise, I want one of the neutrals. So if I just tighten the ends of these a little bit, and then I should, in theory, just be able to push this down. So it's a bit tight actually in the side, if you look. It's not straightforward to put your finger in, but what I'll do, I'll place it into this one, the one next to it. Okay, so here's a little tip in inserting the wires into the actual switch. So obviously I've shown you can push down and do it, but it does feel quite firm when you're doing it and quite tricky, and it's probably the sides are going to be quite difficult to do if you're trying to get your finger in there. So really you'd use a screwdriver and push it down quite firmly. So I can just show you taking out these wires. One's out and the other one's out. Quite straightforward. Let's zoom in a little bit as well on that. And I'll just press down, straighten these out a little bit. And there you go. Simple to do. Okay, so I've got the cable in and attached. So if I pull it, it's fairly firm. Let's give you a bit of a close up on that. So it's not bad, bit of a different way of attaching things. Personally, I do prefer the screw where you just screw it in and then it's firmly attached. I guess another thing to show is just the hole there, just inside. So if you're attaching it somewhere, you can attach it via that. So if you place it into position like so, and then put your screw in, and then it's firmly in position. Okay, so let's put this back on, the actual cover. So really when you're doing this, you want to make sure things are quite tight. So in terms of cable, you probably want the black sleeving of the cable to be a bit more inside to make it quite firm. So let's, as just a demonstration, just show it like this. So I'm going to be pretty careful with it regardless. Tighten that up. There you go, cable's attached now. Next thing to do is obviously take the sensor, place that into position, and then we can just plug this in to power it up. Okay, so next let's install the app. So the one we're looking for is EV Link. Let's install that. Okay, so now it's installed. Let's open it up. Okay, service agreement, privacy policy. Agree to that. And next, let me register an account on there and then sign in. So let me do that off camera. Okay, so I've signed in to the app and you can see one of the existing products I've already got, the smart plug. So let me go for adding this in. So it's in quick pairing mode. So let me now plug in the cable for the switch. So we've got power going to it. And as you can see, the light's flashing away there. So let's click next to that. Wants my Wi-Fi password, so let me do that off camera. Okay, so I've entered my Wi-Fi password and let's see if it picks up the device. Okay, there you go. Found it, it's registering it. And there you go. Okay, so let's just call it temp for temperature, or just temperature, there you go. Complete. And there you go, it's added now. So let's test it out. So if I click that, light turns off, meaning it's off. Light's turned on, the red one, meaning it's on. So let's go in and see what options you get with this. Okay, so there's the current temperature in the room. It's 24 degrees Celsius and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. You got the humidity level as well, 60%. The on-off switch. You've got a share option, so you can share this device with someone else if you wanted to. You can set a schedule for it to turn on and off at a certain time. Sort of standard stuff really. Then you've got a timer, so you can leave it on for a certain period and have it automatically turn off. And a loop timer, so it runs in a loop for a certain period. Okay, so that's good. It looks like it's working, which is great. So now, this is the clever thing about this. So obviously, being a temperature sensor, if I go to scenes, so there's two ways you can operate this. Obviously, you've got your power going in, and then you could have another cable going out into a device like a fan or a heater, for example. But what's quite clever about these devices is if I bring this into the video, so this is my SONOFF smart plug. Now you can actually set up what they call scenes, and you could say, for instance, we'll call this scene turn on fan, and what we can say, if the sensor here, and there you go, the temperature is greater than or equal to 24, for instance. Okay, a plus to that, okay to that. And what we want to do, we want to turn on the smart plug. And there you go, it's turned on straight away. So what this sort of means, so you could have this temperature sensor at one end of the room, for instance, and at the other end of the room, you could have the smart plug plugged in to turn a fan on. So when it gets to a certain temperature in the room, or even a heater if you wanted to. So pretty smart really. And also, if I put another scene in, say for instance we'll go to master device, temperature, and we'll say the temperature less than or equal to 23. Okay to that, we can say we want to take the smart plug and turn it off. Just call it off for now. There you go. And that would be as simple as that. So it will turn on while the temperature hits a certain threshold, and then once the temperature drops again, you can get the fan turning off automatically. Pretty cool feature. Okay, so next I want to show the temperature switch and the smart plug in action. So what I've done, I've plugged in a lamp, so let me bring that round. I've renamed some of the things in the app. So we've got temperature switch there, and then in scenes, light on and light off. So if I show you the rules, if the temperature is greater than 24, then the smart plug turns on. And if it's less than or equal to 23, then it'll turn off. So in theory, if I just hold my hand over here and not press anything, let me go back and give it a moment, hopefully it should start heating up. See if it goes up one more degree. There you go, temperature's gone up 24 degrees and it's turned on. So let's move my hand away and give it a moment to readjust. Let's leave it, give it some time. Now with the temperature set to that, if I try turning it off, it will just turn straight back on again. There you go, because the temperature is within the scenes we've set up. So let me click back. Let's see it go down. And there you go. Temperature's dropped and the switch is automatically switched off. Very smart functionality there. Okay, so for the next thing to show, what I've done, I've actually taken the temperature switch, it's wired into the mains, and I've taken the plug off the lamp and I've wired that directly in, just to show this. You can use it as a normal switch. So it works well. So if I go into it and I go to auto, you can set conditions here then for things to turn on and off. So if you're saying if the temperature is higher than certain degrees, turn on, and if it's lower than certain degrees, turn it off. And the same applies for humidity. So again, if the humidity is so and so, turn it on. If it's lower than that, turn it off. So quite good, works independently as well, and obviously can work as a standard switch, so really good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show is how it integrates with the Google Home and the Amazon Alexa. So I've got the two apps here. Let's go in to the Google Home. Just going to cover this area as it's going to show my email details. And we just go to Home Control. So once we're in there, it's quite straightforward. Go to the plus and you look for this Smart WIFI link and you just add that in. Once you've added it in, it asks you for your login details for your account. And once you've done that, you'll see all the devices appear. So if I go back, I should see the temperature switch is just there. And if I now...
By the way, the mic's off.
Yeah.
The microphone is back on.
Okay, so what you can do, you can say to it, okay Google, turn on temperature switch.
Okay, turning the temperature switch on.
Okay Google, turn off temperature switch.
Okay, turning off the temperature switch.
Okay, voice has changed, that was a bit strange. So useful to control it from there. Obviously it can work independently as well. And let me show you for the Alexa.
The mic's off.
Okay, so just go into the Amazon Alexa. Go to skills, you just look for WIFI link. So let me show that if it appears. WIFI, and it's that one. It's already enabled, as I've already added it before. Okay, so what you do next, you go to Smart Home. If I scroll right to the bottom, you'll see the temperature switch. So if it's not there, you can just search for it in the app, but luckily it's there for me as I've already added it in. So we can say, Alexa, turn off temperature switch.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on temperature switch.
Okay.
There you go. Works really well. Okay, so you've seen the SONOFF TH16 temperature and humidity monitoring Wi-Fi switch unboxed. You've seen how easy it is to configure. Quite simple to set up on your smartphone. Also, you've seen how easy it is to set up on both the Google Home and the Amazon Alexa. It's nice that it has the facility to interact with other devices as well. So if you go into scenes and you can make it interact with something else. So for example, you don't need to have it wired to another device directly. So you could have obviously power going into the switch and then a scene controlling the other item. So the load isn't really a worry on this. But if the load could handle it, you can wire it directly onto the switch. Also, the switch is controllable from either of these devices and it can work independently using the app. So you can set it onto auto. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this and giving them some inspiration for some automation projects. So there you go. Thanks for viewing and don't forget to like and subscribe.